Well, welcome to week 2. I've changed my methodology a little bit. I'm going to give you videos instead of written articles for these announcements. I think they're a little quicker, and I think you might appreciate them a little bit more. So let's think about this. So, for which of you desiring to build a tower does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he has laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who will see it begin to mock him, saying, "This man began to build and was not able to finish." Luke 14, verses 28 to 30. This brings to my mind that we have to plan before we start to build, right? You need to have something in your mind of how you're going to proceed, right? If you're going to continue this process, let's just call it your education process. You have to understand the challenges of life, right? In business, you need to understand what are the complications, right? We have to do analysis. We have to analyze things to determine ultimately that we're on the correct path. So let's talk a little bit about our assignments, right? We have DQs and CATs. You need to continue your work here. Remember that besides responding to the 2 DQs for 5 points each, you need to respond to classmates or myself with a substantive reply. In fact, I'm going to add in here a minimum of 6 per week, a minimum of 3 days per week, right? So 3 days a week you have to be working on these DQs and CATs. So besides the 2 DQs, there's a minimum of 6 substantive replies. These CATs that I have are going to help with the material. They also help with your participation. They give you an alternative place to respond. Some DQs really don't lend themselves to a lot of discussion. So the CATs are going to help you to accomplish this entire amount of participation. And quite frankly, I think some of the CATs are very important about life. So let's talk about the DQs this week. The Federal Reserve has been adjusting interest rates. What's the significance of this change? How does that affect the business environment? The second one, identify the major types of financial institutions and their significance in the financial system. Describe how institutions were affected by the 2008-09 financial crisis. Now, the 2 CATs, the first one is directly related to the Federal Reserve. How the Federal Reserve works and who really owns the Federal Reserve. And the second one, I think, is excellent to think about where your journey is taking you in education, right? Simon Sinek is a great speaker, and his talk is all about changing your future. What do you need to do? What should you be thinking about? There's homework and quizzes this week, of course. Homework every week, quizzes every other week. So the practice assignments are going to develop math skills for the homework. There's several problems that are math related. The text and videos have the formulas for these problems. If I were you, I would write the formulas down as you go through the example, through the text and videos, so that when you get to the homework and these practice assignments, you can work quickly on the assignment. You already have the formulas there. You don't have to go back and look them up. For quizzes, there's a practice quiz this week to help you study for exam 1. The quiz itself, the exam, is timed, and you only have 1 shot at completion. So give yourself time to complete the quiz and the homeworks before the end of the week. Remember, all assigned work is due by Sunday night. Quizzes can only be taken once. Homework has an unlimited number of times that you can do the problems, but it still has to be completed by Sunday night. Homework and quiz results will be manually entered into LoudCloud. I will do this as soon as I can at your completion, certainly by no later than Tuesday after Sunday, right? So sometimes I'll be able to keep up with it. Sometimes the classes are very large and it's a little difficult to keep up with it. Certainly no later than Wednesday. All of that stuff will be manually entered in the LoudCloud. I will tell you though, it's up to you to make sure I do this properly. As soon as you complete the assignments, you know the grade. The issue is that's not immediately transferred into LoudCloud. So when I transfer that, please check my my typing to make sure I don't transpose what goes in there, right? If you got a 31 on the assignment and I wrote 13, that will probably affect your grade. So double check me. You won't hurt my feelings if you ask me to go back out and check again. Sometimes things obviously just slip through the cracks. So I'll try to keep it as accurate as I can, but sometimes I do make mistakes. If you need to get in touch with me, you have a question, email is the best way. However, if you look at the profile in LoudCloud, under my profile, you will see my phone number. If you call me directly, I don't mind that, but if you call me directly and if I don't recognize your name or the phone number, because I get robocalled all day long, I don't answer the phone hardly ever unless I know who they are. What I would suggest you do is send me a text. As soon as I get a text, it pops up obviously on my phone. If I'm free, I'll call you right back. If I'm not free, I'll send you back a text and say, hey, call me in 20 minutes. I'll be finished with this project. We can talk then. If you would rather do a Zoom, I have no problems with that. Send me a text and say, hey, I would like to do a Zoom. So I'm going to include here also my Zoom for this class. Here's for 350. I'm going to copy that real quick. Sorry about that. I should have planned this ahead of time. And I'm going to add that right here. Oops, sorry, wrong way. Add this. Now I got to get rid of all this, so give me a second here. Let me get rid of this. So you don't need all of that. So here is the Zoom meeting, right? So this is, again, if you want to do a Zoom meeting, I'm available. Here's what the ID is. If you notice, these two numbers are identical. You can just click on this item here, and that will send you to me. So again, I can Zoom, I can do texts, I can do almost anything you want to do. Keep in mind, though, that I am Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to call me at, let's say you're in Phoenix and you want to call me and it's 10 o'clock at night, keep in mind that that's 1 o'clock in the morning my time. So I can talk almost any time. We can set up a time to talk. So just let me know and we can take care of all of these things. Look forward to talking to you soon, class. Bye-bye.